Welcome back to another episode of the OKC Foodcast. You are joined once again by your hosts, Nabil
and Ashley.
And this is your guide into the food in Oklahoma. Into the food?
No.
Into the food?
No.
I don't. We'll figure it out. We're fine tuning.
We're your guide to the Oklahoma food scene.
I know, but I didn't want to say food scene. I don't know.
Sounds like a scene like someone's not invited.
And that is our special guest this week, Dana Gillett with Food Fun Wonderland.
Yes, welcome. Thanks so much for coming on, Dana.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Of course. So before we dive into the Food Fun Wonderland,
That is Oklahoma and Dana.
let's chat about our Eat of the Week. Who wants to go first?
I feel like you ask this question every week.
Who feels like they have the best Eat of the Week?
Ooh, all right, fine. I got you.
That's a good one.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I can't tell if it was the best or not because I haven't had what you had and you haven't had what I had, but I will still go.
Okay.
So we made, and I know you're going to talk about this, Trader Joe's dough pizza.
Shut up.
So I will not, but I will say that Serena,
So rude. He's
I know, right?
stealing your thunder already.
I wrote my notes where he can see them. Come on, man.
So Serena made these homemade pizzas with the Trader Joe crust. We like sauteed some beef and made our homemade tomato sauce and stuff like that. It was fantastic. So I won't go too deep into that. But the other thing that we made were crostinis. Mm-hmm. And so I toasted the crostinis in a pan, roasted some garlic. So made like a little garlic mash, roasted garlic paste.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Put that on the crostini, roasted some grape tomatoes with some balsamic.
Yeah.
And salt and pepper and some aromatics, herbs. And put those on top with thin sliced grapes and some basil on top.
Thin sliced grapes?
Thin sliced grapes.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
Any cheese?
Nope.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
That was that.
Sounds
And
good.
those turned out, it was like a little brainchild that I was like, oh, that would be cool. Because like I love roasted garlic.
Yeah, I do
'Cause
too.
The byproduct is just delicious garlic oil.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I was just like, let's see how it goes.
All
and
right.
everyone liked him. So that was good.
Nice. Well, I'll go next since you kind of stole my
I tried not to.
thunder. So I made homemade pizza. And what guest was
Who
it?
hasn't?
What guest?
I actually have not.
Tough crowd.
Man,
Right?
I'm just kidding. That's because you were
Dana,
giving me a hard
you
time.
should be scared.
I am frightened now. I feel like I'm going to be judged.
Nabil's on a roll tonight. So what guest was it that told us about the $1 Trader Joe's
Oh
dough?
my gosh, who was it?
We did not know about this before.
$1.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Fresh dough.
I don't remember if it was actually $1. Was it actually $1?
I mean, it's only $1 something.
It was $1. It was under $2.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I honestly can't remember who it was.
All right. Well, so on my homemade pizza, I did instead of doing a sauce, I did an olive oil and roasted garlic. I didn't do a roasted garlic paste. I just roasted it and kind of minced it up and sprinkled it evenly.
How long do you roast your garlic for? And how do you roast your garlic?
I put the entire clove in the oven and I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes, 15
Just
minutes?
the clove
The whole
itself, like
clove.
it's not in oil or anything like that.
I'll drizzle a little bit
you'll
of
drizzle?
olive oil on
Okay.
top.
So you roast it a little differently than I did.
And then it just kind of it comes out of the
Yeah, you just squeeze it out.
Yeah, super easy. And so on top of that, I did Asiago cheese, and then I did some crispy prosciutto and kind of fried that up a little bit. And then I did a balsamic reduction. And you put that on after you've baked it. And so
Because you don't want to reduce more.
right.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
So that it stays on top and doesn't sink
Yeah.
in.
It's
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love balsamic reduction.
I
And
do
then
too.
topped it with fresh arugula.
Nice.
Yeah. It was delicious.
Nice.
That's restaurant quality.
Thank
No
you.
doubt.
Thank you, Dana.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Dana.
I mean,
and now back.
I am the food judge, so I'll change my name immediately.
No, it was pretty solid. The one thing that I'll trade off one or the other. I'll either do caramelized onions in balsamic and a little bit of brown sugar,
I love that.
or I do the balsamic reduction to drizzle on top. One or the
So
other.
there's always some sort of balsamic
yeah,
on your pizza.
on my homemade pizzas, always.
Interesting.
Love it.
There's always some sort of balsamic whenever I do like a crostini or a bruschetta type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I can see that. All right, so Dana, what was your eat of the week?
So the interesting thing is, I guess we all had garlic.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Really, we all had really bad breath maybe this
Dude,
weekend.
garlic is fantastic.
It is.
It is.
It is
It
so
is
good.
delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually went to Flips.
Oh, yum.
And so I split something with a friend, and so we had calamari for an appetizer, which it's really hard for me not to order calamari if it's on a menu.
Yeah.
I know. I get kind of suckered into it. Too.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah.
And it's easy, and it's anyway. And then we also split, which I had actually never had, the pesto cream gnocchi.
Ooh, I have not either.
And so it was, obviously pesto, lots of garlic. It was delicious.
Yeah.
And they gave us some bread to dip the sauce because it was very, it had a lot of sauce on it. It was delicious.
That
I would
sounds good.
I would try it again.
Yeah.
Gnocchi
absolutely.
just and pesto.
Oh, so good. So
Yeah.
good. There's a pasta dish at Flips. I'm trying to think of what is it? I feel like it might be like one of their most popular ones. Like the sauce of it.
I was gonna give like a snarky.
I think it's
answer,
like
but I'm
the
not gonna.
marsala. I think
Marsala is usually just.
I don't know. I'm gonna look up there. I'm gonna come back to this because the sauce in this is different than what I've had anywhere else, and it is so good that I'll go just for that pasta. And it's like kind of sweet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've had that one.
Yeah.
The adult mac and cheese there is good.
Mac and cheese.
Well, mac and cheese
yeah.
is like my love language.
And then you just like
so
you elevate that a
That's what I
little
say.
bit with whatever you put in it is just so good.
It's my love language. Yeah.
That's really good. All right. Well,
So while Ashley looks up what this pasta is called,
Yes. Obviously, that's the most important thing to know right now.
I really, really want to tell you guys.
Dana, let's start talking about what do you do? It's not 100% food, is it?
No, I mean, so I am from Oklahoma and I live in Edmond, but I work downtown and I do compliance work. So definitely not food related. This is
Kind of the
really a
opposite.
creative outlet for me and I really enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
one of my passions. So if I could do this for work all day, I definitely would.
Yeah, there you go. Not you've put it out. It'll
You put it out
Yes,
in the world.
I put it out in the world. It will happen tomorrow.
So Dana's creative food side is called Food Fun Wonderland.
Yes.
On Instagram mainly, Instagram, Facebook, where all are you?
Instagram, pretty much just Instagram.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of sticking with that right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's good to focus.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
And I feel like it's a good foodie spot.
Yeah, pictures.
Yeah.
It's all about
yeah.
pictures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
I did find
Okay.
what it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's their tortellini, and it is their marsala cream sauce that
Marsala cream
is
sauce.
kind of sweet.
Oh.
It is delicious.
I have
Anyways,
not had that one.
Yeah, I
should try
didn't
it.
have that whenever I went to Flips.
I recommend it.
They do have also a cold salad. They call it a salad, but it's noodles, and then it has actually seafood
Ooh, I
Oh.
bet
on
that's
it,
good.
mixed seafood, and it's cold, and then it has like an Italian dressing on it. It's very interesting because it's very unique. There's almost I don't know that I've had it in. It's almost like a pasta salad
But with seafood.
with seafood.
That
It's
sounds
interesting.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And cold seafood's good. I mean, think of like cocktail shrimp.
Right.
and- yeah.
Right.
I can see that being delicious. Nice. All right. Back
So-
on topic.
So, how did your love for food begin? How did this become your creative outlet?
So that's a great question. I have a couple different versions of, I think, how did I get here? Who am I?
Who am I?
What does it all mean?
Where am I at?
Wait, on second thought,
Which version do you want?
all of them.
So what I would say is one thing about my enjoyment for food, right, is my mom always would tell me, as a kid, right, you don't want to try things. And she would always say, just try it and have like one bite. And then if you don't want it, you don't have to eat it.
Yeah.
And so I always did that. And now to this day, I almost, there's almost nothing that I won't eat.
Right.
And, obviously there's things I prefer. And so I think that helped my enjoyment for food. Now, as far as my passion for food, I think that came, so in college, I actually studied international business.
Okay.
And right after I finished college, I got a job doing internal audits. And so I traveled around with a team of like 3 or 4 people for about 2 weeks at a time. We went like across the U.S. mostly, but I got to travel some internationally as well. And so it was almost like a competition because we were eating, 3 meals a day out. And so we would have to find like local spots that everyone would eat and, all these different things.
Like who can find the best food.
Right. And it was like, okay, you're choosing dinner tonight, right? And so that person's like half their day.
That's responsibility.
Right?
Yeah, that's responsibility.
So the pressure's on.
Right. Pressure's on. So, I think then I got to actually experience more like different types of food and different things that were more local and just all across the U.S., like I said, and internationally. So that's, I think, where my passion actually for food came.
Right. And also when you're traveling, like you want to taste the stuff that the locals rave about. Like you don't want just the tourists. The tourist
you don't want
spots.
Subway every day. You don't want a chain restaurant. You want to try the local stuff.
Right.
And
that's not to say some of the touristy spots do have. Some of them have really good food.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like when you get into like that local spot where people are like, how did you find out about this? I think that's like one of the best compliments you can get as
a traveler.
As a researcher that is traveling. Because there was this one time we walked into a place and they were like, oh, where do you live? And we're like, oh, we're from Oklahoma. And they were like, how'd you find out about this place?
Yeah.
So I think that's like.
Which, and that's a good point of some of the touristy places are good and still local.
Yeah.
So I experienced that in San Francisco going to Fisherman's Wharf, like very touristy, but every spot is also very local.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, cool.
So you can't, that's food.
Huh?
I said, food.
Yum.
So how long have you been doing the Food Fun Wonderland?
So I think I've been doing it almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I've kind of ramped up, like trying to, work more in the local. I've traveled a little bit less this year. So I've been able to, there's so many local places opening in Oklahoma City. So I've actually been able to hit up some of those, which is great. But I am still traveling some. And that's kind of how I got started, just thinking about, I was traveling so much. And so I was
kind of documenting it.
and I was researching places via Instagram.
Right.
Okay.
When I would travel, I would kind of go to Instagram and find some of the like local Instagram influencers, right? And then I would like kind of look up their pictures. Ooh, that looks good.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why don't I just do this?
Yeah.
Right. And so that was kind of one of those. Sure, I can.
Why not?
And so I just did it. I mean, it was more of a whim than anything else.
Right.
Nice.
So.
And then for a few weeks, it probably stayed dormant. And then you were like, all right, I'm going to pay attention to this.
Right. And
yeah.
So, I mean, I told one of my friends, she actually started an account recently. And I was like, I just literally take pictures of almost everything I eat. And then I figure it out later.
Yeah. And I think, because I see people, like, they'll take the picture and post it right then, which is fine. Like, if that works for you, great. But, like, I'm just so, like, eager to get in the food.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget to take the picture.
Yes.
Yeah, it is tough.
So, like, I'll be like, if I remember, I'll be like, oh, I gotta take this picture, but I'm trying to take it like I'm like, oh, let's just take this picture so I can eat this food.
Or it's like a couple bites and you're like trying to hide the bites eaten out
you're
of
like,
it.
You're like, oh, I forgot to take the picture.
Absolutely.
Let's put it back how it was. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not weird at all.
Hashtag foodie life.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Someone at one of the influencer brunches we were at said the camera eats first.
It was Joey.
It was Joey?
Yeah.
Shout out to I Like to Eat Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was
Yes.
Joey. It was either Joey or Nick from Nick's Food Tour.
I think it was Joey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was one of them that says the camera
Might have
eats
been Joey's
first.
wife. Might have been Joey's
Maybe.
plus one that
Yes.
said that.
That did make me laugh because
Yeah.
I'm like, yes. And I
It's
just said
very
it,
true.
It is. And I told my family because it's a thing. Like, can we eat yet, Ash? I'm like, not yet. I need to get my
Right.
pictures.
Yeah,
I
hold
know.
on,
I'm
hold
like, don't touch your food. You know, even at work sometimes, I'm like, we're going to a work lunch, and I'm like, this is not professional, but also don't touch your food. Let me take a picture of it really quick.
That's so funny.
That's
really
funny.
Yeah.
So with you being an Oklahoma foodie,
Yes.
I thought we could play a little game of this or that.
Ooh. Were you born and raised in Oklahoma?
I was. Yes. Yes.
Nice. So we're going to give two options and you tell us which one you'd go for and your favorite place to get it.
Sounds good.
You ready for this?
I'm
Dun,
ready.
dun, dun.
Might go off script.
I'm going to
Might
be
go off
a
script.
rogue guest. Just wait.
Not like any of this is scripted. It took some very creative writers to write this stuff. All right, start us off.
All right. Pasta or pizza?
So I think I have to like dig really deep for this one because I
Okay.
feel like I love everything.
Yeah.
I love all food. So when I'm thinking about this locally, I have to go with pizza.
Okay.
And Hall's is
Yeah.
one of my
Oh my gosh.
faves. And
Yes.
one of the reasons, and this is completely off topic of pizza, but I love their burrata.
Burrata. Yes, I was just about
I mean,
to ask
it's
you.
just
the
mind
burrata.
blowing.
I was
It's one
thinking
of
about
my
that today.
favorite things
Yeah.
in Oklahoma City in general. I mean,
Right.
it's just so good. It has the truffle, honey,
Oil, yeah.
oil, and
so
the
good.
bread
Oh my
is
gosh.
grilled, and the prosciutto.
I think one
it's
of my
just perfect.
favorite parts of that burrata is that bread.
Yeah.
It is
Like
so
if you
good.
could just get like good bread, it just
yes,
Oh my
because
God.
it's grilled
Part.
and
Yes.
it's yes.
Every part of that burrata is,
some good old fashioned
Amazing.
wired bread.
It's incredible.
it
Yeah.
is.
And their pizza is amazing too. I mean,
Yeah,
I
not
like
to
their
discount the
pizza,
pizza. The
but
pizza is
the burrata is just
fantastic.
so good.
Yeah.
You know what I really want to try, and I don't know if anyone of you have tried this yet.
What?
They're wood-fired bagels for brunch.
No.
I have not tried those
Yeah.
yet. No.
Yum.
Yes,
They make their own bagels?
for brunch,
Wow.
and they make like a limited amount. Like all their brunch is like it's a limited amount. If it runs out, it runs out. Like I really need to get. And I was trying to go Sunday, but they're closed on Sundays.
So you can only get the brunch on Saturdays?
Yeah,
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
maybe
Yeah.
come
Friday.
this
Maybe
one
you
day,
can, maybe you can get a
and
Friday.
you have to get there early enough to get the bagels before they run out.
Yes, but like wood-fired bagels, I had some in Montreal, and
I've
oh
never
my
had
gosh,
them.
I haven't
It was,
either.
they were so
Yeah.
good. So I can't
We
wait
believe
to try
in
this.
you. You can do this.
I can do this.
Oh, all right. So,
But
Halls.
there's another thing I will say, and this is why I'm going to be rogue because I like so many things. But
Okay.
I also really like Saucy Sicilian, the food truck.
Yes.
oh yeah,
The crust on their pizza is just incredible, and they have the fresh mozzarella. And I actually hunt them down, like so. I'll follow their Insta, and they come
Nice.
around. Since I work downtown, they come
Uh-huh.
around Leadership Square sometimes about once a week. And
Right.
so I'll like,
You're
okay.
like, I'm there. I'm coming.
do you have a favorite pizza?
I normally just get the pepperoni.
Yeah.
Because it's just really
The
good.
classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I go classic.
Yeah, you
It's
know, so
delicious.
like the way I judge, if I was to judge a pizza place, would be get their cheese pizza, and like
Yes.
judge that, and then you can try their other things. But
Right.
like, if, like that'll give you like a good baseline, right?
Yeah.
I agree, but also I would never order a cheese pizza. Like, I just would never. And we talked about this because when we were going to do like our opinion of the best of and go try all these pizza places, I think we agreed upon the margarita pizza. So it's at least
I think we did.
a little bit more than just a straight up
Alright,
cheese
fine.
pizza.
But like, yeah, okay.
Like
I
getting
think I
the
would try
same
it
type
for
of
a
pizza
baseline.
everywhere. Yeah.
So talking about one pizza place ago, Hall's Pizza Kitchen, you know, we talked about
Their
them being
brunch.
closed Sunday.
Yeah.
So it says they're closed for family, church, naps, and outdoor adventures. It's awesome.
Nice.
That's when they're closed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's such a family business.
It
I like
is.
it. Love it.
You know,
is.
and I think they actually do a breakfast for dinner thing
Ooh.
like once a month or once a
Really?
week.
That's
Yeah, I
cool.
don't know if they do the bagels, but
Oh, I
I
bet
have
they've
seen them
gotta do the bagels.
advertise something like breakfast for dinner.
That's nice.
And I don't know exactly when that is.
Intriguing.
So now you'll have to check that out.
Yeah. keep researching.
Keep researching. Thanks.
All right. Want to go with the next this or that?
Yeah. So, sushi or steak?
This is a difficult one too. Obviously, they're
It's
all
not
going to
gonna
be
be
difficult
easy.
with me.
Okay.
I'm going to
right.
be difficult.
That's fine. That's fine.
No. So I mean, ultimately sushi.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of my all-time favorites is the sushi bar in Edmond.
Okay.
And it's sort of close to my house is one of the reasons. So I go there fairly often. And so now they'll
And don't
actually
they have the late night
create-
sushi? Is that the
yeah,
place?
I think they
Yeah.
do a late
Yeah.
night happy hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, half price after like 10
Right,
on
right,
Thursday,
right.
Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah. And so it's just really fresh. They have very nice thick slices of sashimi. And they'll do one of my favorite things is crispy rice with spicy tuna. Have you ever had this?
No.
It's incredible. Almost no one in Oklahoma makes it. So the only place I've really had it is Vegas at like Sushi Roku.
Uh-huh.
And so they actually, I was saying it because I sit at the sushi bar normally. And so I was talking to them about like, oh, this is great. Do you guys have this? And they're like, well, oh, we can make some. And so they just did it.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
their own version of it. And it's so good.
That's cool.
Ah, so now
So
every
good.
time you go in, they'll make that for you?
Oh, yeah.
So is
Yeah.
it on the menu or do you have to ask for it?
You just ask for it.
So what do I say? Is crispy rice with spicy tuna?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to say what Dana gets.
Yeah. And I think, I want to say they call it something else, but they would know what it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
It's delicious.
So the sushi or steak, the what?
It would be sushi.
Sushi.
I mean,
and
I am
sushi
from
bar.
Oklahoma.
So you like your beef?
I like my beef. I like a great steak.
Did you know the ribeye is now the official steak of the state?
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Fun fact.
There was a bill passed. Yes, fun fact. There was a bill passed that goes the law goes into effect November
A law.
1st.
There will only be ribeyes in Oklahoma. New law.
It made it the
That's some
the
sort of law that
official
we would
steak.
probably
Right?
make.
If you were caught eating any other part of
Yes.
the cow.
The ribeye is the official steak.
All right.
Wow.
Interesting.
But I do love a steak. I think my really favorite one is the ranch.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because their preparation with the sear
Yeah.
and the butter.
Yeah.
But my very second close favorite is red prime.
Okay.
But I also really
I like
one of the
all
reasons,
the different sauces.
Yes, they have
at
a
my-
sauce. They have a guajillo chili crust, which I highly recommend.
I haven't had that.
Highly recommend if you like a
Yeah,
little bit of
I
spice.
do.
And their green chili mac. So I said my love language
love language is mac and
mac and
cheese.
cheese. So the green chili mac there is my favorite mac
Oh,
and
I've
cheese.
not had that.
It's delicious. And they have a fixed price menu.
Ooh.
So it's $50 for
Hello.
literally an app, a steak, and a dessert.
Nice.
My friend,
It's so much food.
my friend likes to call that fixie prixie.
Fixie Prixie.
It's fancy.
Nice.
Fancy.
Nice.
It's a French
Some fixie
pronunciation.
prixie.
So speaking of dessert, and I know you've said that you're not big on the sweets, but let's say it's the holidays.
Yes. They're
Cake
coming up.
or pie?
So really, actually, I'm a cookie person. So you know
neither.
but
Cookie cake?
so the cookie cake, like the mall ones.
But can you actually
that's
call
so
that
crazy.
a cake? I think it's still a cookie, right?
It's a cookie. It's
Yeah.
a cookie.
It's
Yeah.
a cookie with
But
icing.
I will say, okay, holidays, right? I do like pie.
Uh-huh.
I like the fruit pies. So pie
apple.
chunky.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, great pies. They have one that's, I think, a seasonal one, and it's peach and blackberry.
Ooh,
I love
that sounds
blackberry, and
good.
it has the crumble on the top.
Sounds really good.
Yeah.
But for me, if you do fruit pie, it's just not even worth it unless it's warm and has vanilla ice cream on it.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
It just has
So
to.
if you're gonna make fruit pie and not bring the ice cream, don't bother.
yeah, like just don't bother. Don't invite me over. I don't want it.
Your pie is gonna go to waste. Don't worry about it.
But
really
also
funny.
their drunken turtle pie is
That's what
insane
Nabil has
good.
talked about before.
Yeah.
The drunken turtle.
It's just chocolatey and caramel
Caramely.
and
Yeah.
pecan, and
Like, you
if
can't
you're
go
gonna
wrong with that.
indulge in a pie, yeah, it's everything you
And I mean,
ever
why
want.
would you eat a pie if you're not gonna indulge?
Exactly.
Like, who eats a pie to
Exactly.
be like, I'm just gonna take like a little bite of this. Doesn't
Right.
work. Doesn't work.
Someone dieting.
It's delicious.
Then you don't eat pie.
No pie for you.
no soup for you. Seinfeld friends, anyone? No. Okay. Next one. I think this is a tough one
It is.
because I don't know what the distinction is. Breakfast or brunch?
I don't know what the distinction is either necessarily. I will say that I don't really
I
eat
guess it's the
breakfast
freedom for
that
mimosas?
much. Maybe so. I feel like breakfast is like
mean,
what you eat
breakfast-
during the week.
Yeah.
And brunch is like
There's no
more-
alcohol involved.
Your weekend meal, your weekend breakfast is brunch.
And maybe the time of day. Do you like to wake up to eat breakfast, or would you prefer?
I mean, but
brunch.
who's to distinguish that? Philosophical questions on OKC
Yes.
Foodcast.
It is. Someone call in. There are no callers. And tell us what the breakfast versus brunch is. Please.
That's the next
We're
edition in live hotline. Oh wait, sorry, my phone's ringing.
Hold on.
Yes,
Here we
hello.
have a caller.
Oh, you think there's no distinction either? Yes.
Okay, favorite brunch spot.
So again, I can't really pick one. I do like kind of a Mexican or Latin spin
yeah.
on my sort of
Cacao.
brunch
I feel like
I know what you're
options.
gonna
So
say now.
I actually am team Cafe Antigua.
Yeah.
All right.
And the
think-
Matalino is my favorite thing there. It's delicious. It's like corn tortillas and refried beans. And the sauce is amazing. Egg, cheese.
Nice. That
Has some
sounds good.
chips on there. And they're
she's like dreaming of this
hold
right
on.
now.
I'll be back. I'm going to get some brunch tonight.
Well, at this hour, it'd be called Brinner.
That's right.
Yes. Yes, so that's one of my faves. There is, and I say I don't like sweets that much, but I would say if I'm going to indulge in pancakes, Neighborhood Jam
Yeah.
has pineapple
Upside
upside
down
down
pancakes?
pancakes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Mind blowing.
They are mind blowing.
Mind blowing.
They are.
Because it is like caramelized pineapple and it has this sweet butter on it.
Do you think they're baked or they're still made in a pan?
I think they're still made in the pan.
Yes.
They have
Because
to,
they're just it's a regular pancake.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
just got
what's
the
on top
toppings.
is like
Oh,
the
so
compote.
the actual pancake isn't.
It's the
with-
pancake is
okay.
normal.
Right, normal.
It's the
okay, okay.
toppings.
'Cause I've
And
never
the
had
top-
one.
Toppings
Topping-
is where it's at.
Yes.
Oh man,
Absolutely.
That pineapple upside down.
I mean, yes.
like shut up.
I am drooling thinking about it.
It is so good. And I always have a hard time getting brunch because I want the savory thing for like my full meal,
Yeah.
but I also want the pineapple upside down
Yes.
pancake. So what I like to do is get an appetizer.
Yes.
Of
pancake.
Of
I've
the
done that.
pancake
I have done that.
And share it, like just one pancake with the nice little toppings.
And they'll do just one
They
pancake.
sure will. They sure will.
Sure will.
I've done it.
They will.
I've done it at Scratch also. Scratch's pancakes. The one, I haven't been for brunch, the one in Paseo, but the one in Norman, their pancakes were like so fluffy. But yeah, one of those for the appetizer,
Yes.
and then you get your savory brunch for the meal.
And I also like to do what I call halvesies
Yeah.
with
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of friends
Oh,
for
yeah.
lunch or dinner, whatever,
Yeah,
right? And then
totally.
you order 2 things and then you get to try both
Yeah.
because I'm selfish like that and
No.
I want everything.
I mean, I don't think it's selfish. You're sharing.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
right.
That's
You're
where
right.
that's where Serena and I make a good team because she I think leans more towards the sweeter ones because I'll get the savory one and then we just halfsies.
Yeah,
I know.
absolutely.
Perfect.
It's very rare that we both get savory.
Really?
And then we're both like we should have
No.
gotten something else
right.
because you're missing that
lucky-
sweet, right?
You're lucky if you both don't. You said you both don't typically go for savory, or you
yeah,
both do.
yeah. No, one of us goes savory, one of us goes sweet.
Sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Perfect. All right. Next, this or that: ramen or pho.
So I'm team pho.
All right.
And I kind of like that you get to make it your own,
Yeah.
right? With all of the ingredients
The
and you kind of,
toppings.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's fun to me.
Yeah.
I like to
I
do
like
that.
I'd argue
Pho-
you could do that with ramen to a certain extent.
probably customize.
I mean,
It's a little
you have
bit
to
more-
order it
Yeah.
the way you want it.
Right.
Whereas,
Yeah, you don't have a choice after it comes out of the kitchen.
Right.
Yes.
Whereas pho, like, it's all the same broth, noodles, and then you just really make it your
Okay.
own.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
there's a-
Favorite spot to get pho?
So Pho Lin Hao
Yeah.
on 23rd
Yeah.
Yeah.
is my
Solid.
go-to place.
Yeah.
That's an old establishment.
It's
It
been
is.
there
Yes.
a bit.
It has, but it's always good.
It's delicious.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, the last one on this or that, unless we decide to throw a curveball.
Ooh, let me start
Oh,
thinking
man.
of a
Think
curveball.
about it.
Oh man, you're scaring me. You're scaring me. This will be a short episode when
Asian?
I head out. Really?
And we're done. Asian food or Mexican food?
So this is a crazy question because I actually, when I initially saw it, I was like, yeah, duh, Mexican food.
But then
But
you think about it.
then I think about it and I'm thinking pad thai is one of those things I crave.
Yeah.
Pho would
all
fall
the
under that
time.
too.
Yes, exactly.
But then you got tacos.
Then you got tacos. So that is my dilemma. And then I didn't pick. So I went with everything that I'm going to tell you. So my favorite pad thai is Tana Thai, which is in North OKC.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been there in
It's
a
You know
minute.
been
My
there a
friend Mary
long
just
time.
told me about this, and she was like, "This will be your new favorite Thai spot."
It was
haven't
it
been.
was solid when I used to go there. I haven't been there in a while, but
Yes.
I guess they've kept up their standards, which
Yes,
is good.
you've got to go back. And they've actually started opening on Sundays as well.
They were closed Sundays before.
I guess so.
No, well,
I
good.
don't know. The last time I
Hey,
went, she's
now-
like, we're open on Sundays
When
now.
now I can go there for brunch when I remember that Halls is closed.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. It's so good. It's just the flavors of pad thai.
Yeah.
They're unbelievable.
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes pad thai becomes a little too sweet for me.
yes. And that's what I like about theirs is that it's not that sweet.
Oh, okay.
I find it not that sweet. So I agree.
I don't mind a
agree.
little bit of sweetness in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
this
it's
one
like-
I think is very balanced.
Nice.
That's good.
All right, I'm gonna have to go back there.
Yeah,
again. It's been
literally,
a
my
while.
friend Mary this week was like, "Tana Thai,
Yes.
Do it.
that's going to be your new favorite Thai spot." I do like the what's it called, Thai basil in Norman. I think.
I haven't been there in a really long time. A really
their
long
Tom
time.
Kha, so
Oh,
good.
dude, Tom Kha soup. Mm.
Oh yeah, love it, love it, love it. All
But
right,
then
yeah. Oh yeah, the
I
She's
Mexican.
feeling
also
me.
said tacos. I mean, tacos are like, the meme that's like just give me tacos and tell me I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like my life motto. So it's pretty much cool.
Yeah.
So
Give me
I
tacos,
really,
tell me I'm pretty, and then go cook some mac and cheese.
yeah, and bring me pie with vanilla ice cream, or just get out.
Just get out.
But my thing was, so tacos, the fried taco at the Collective now is what I like about theirs is they have the jackfruit taco. And that was actually the first time I ever had jackfruit. And they do it in the style of like a barbecue pork. And their salsas are amazing. And it's fried and delicious.
That
And-
blueberry habanero salsa.
Yes. It's so good.
Yeah.
That sounds so good. I
Yes.
still haven't had the fried tacos from there yet.
Yeah, my friend.
Oh, you've got to go.
My friend Ali, who doesn't live here anymore, but he used to swear by them, and he's just like, dude, that jackfruit and the blueberry habanero salsa. Like, he literally asked them for extra salsa and takes it home.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I've made fried tacos before. I just love the extra crispiness
Yes,
of it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do
It's like
too.
it's like a chalupa.
Man.
They do Taco Tuesdays, I think,
Oh,
where they
really?
do a deal for like, I think it's like 3 for $10 or something.
That's a
So
You
they'll
got
have
10
to
tacos
go
for $3?
3 tacos for $10.
One can dream. One can dream.
They're going to be like, I would like the special for Food Fun Wonderland.
Yes, please.
I heard Dana say I could get 10 tacos for $3.
And then my foodie career is over. It's cool.
It's cool.
So like, she's
fine.
spreading lies. No. Hey,
right.
you got me there. That's the point, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's the point.
So I was trying to think of a curveball.
Yeah.
Something that we don't have on here is burgers. What would be the opposite of burgers?
Deli sandwich.
Okay, burger or sandwich.
You know that's funny because someone was actually saying, "What is your favorite burger place?" the other day, and I was like, "I don't really eat burgers out that much.
I'm
I
not-
really don't."
So like,
I
you
don't
cook
eat them out
yourself?
much.
Or like, you
I
don't
guess I
eat
cook
burgers
them.
a lot?
I guess
Yeah.
I cook them myself, or I just.
I
like
don't eat
sometimes I
burgers
do
that
fast
often.
food burgers, like a Brahms burger is pretty good to me.
I feel like on your Instagram you had a good looking
Hey,
burger.
those places are built on their
yes.
burger. So,
Right.
Yeah.
I know. So
Hop Dottie.
yes, that one was good. They had one
just
that
gonna
had like
read you the
the
things on your
truffle
Instagram.
fries there.
Those
Yeah.
are legit.
Insane.
Absolutely.
Good.
On Kroot's Burger.
Yes, that one was
Oh,
good.
gosh, that was really
one
good.
was
That's really
good.
good.
I mean, and you
yes.
don't have to pick a burger. You could have picked the deli sandwich.
Yeah.
I know. Well, that was just a story, because I haven't, like I said, I just don't go. I want to go try New State
Me too. I've heard.
because
yeah.
it looks.
Yes.
I mean, everyone is raving about
Yeah.
it.
The pictures
and so,
are incredible.
yeah, they do look very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I probably do a deli sandwich, but I don't even know where I would go.
Scotty's.
Scotty's is really good.
Ooh, yeah.
Scotty's is really good.
Yeah.
They're my sandwich place.
Dude, their pastrami.
Yeah.
The pie
Mm.
on sourdough. Do it.
I do like Hobby's Hoagies, like the Philly
Yeah.
cheesesteaks.
Oh, I've heard
from
about
there.
Yeah.
Try that.
They do a chicken one that I really like
Hmm.
because it's like, oh, you're being good. You're having chicken.
You're being
Yeah.
good.
Not all the all the cheese and everything. That doesn't count.
No, the
Pretty
chicken.
because it's chicken. So none of that other stuff is.
Nope, it
But
doesn't
they
count.
have great cherry peppers.
Oh,
that
yeah.
they put on
Ooh, okay.
top.
Yum.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
All
not
right,
really
you-
exactly a deli sandwich.
Well, you
but-
passed the curveball.
Oh, I have another one.
Oh, okay.
What? More than one?
Fries or nachos?
Nachos. Nachos.
Yeah.
Oh, that was definitive.
Yeah.
That was, and I'm almost never definitive. So that
You did
means
prove
it
that.
really means something. Yes, I did. Right? You're like, you didn't pick any.
This
Cool.
or that. So you picked both on all of them. Awesome.
Really cool. Fail.
No, it's cool. So nachos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I really like ones that are the individual
Yes.
chip.
And not
and then
just,
they put
yes.
the toppings on the chip
On the
themselves.
individual chip?
Yes,
Yeah.
like the big, chips that are like half
you,
a
you don't like
tortilla.
it
chips
all
are not
put on
stacked.
together.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't enjoy the stack unless they've layered the stacks.
Yeah.
I just feel like it gets soggy.
Yeah, you
It
gotta
does
get
get
spread them out
soggy.
a little bit. Like you gotta make sure each chip has some coverage.
Yeah. But
You
then
do.
it's like with the stack stuff, like you might just get some cheese on this one where this one is like covered in your guac and
Right.
sour cream and cheese and beans.
But that's the adventure of every bite.
But see, I'm the person that's like, oh, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna have this one with all the good stuff
Yeah.
on it. And I'm like, you can have that one that has nothing.
Right? You want to go
So-
halvesies? These are mine.
Let me.
Here,
we go through a chip draft.
Oh yeah.
Those that
We
have
would
nothing
need
on
that.
it.
That's
That's
funny.
why if you do the individual
That's
chip,
right.
you have
Everybody gets
everyone wins.
Yeah.
I think Topgolf does individual chips. That's the only place I can think of that does.
Theirs are really good, and their food is actually impressively
Yeah.
good there.
I'm trying
I
to
have to
think
say.
about the individual nachos.
The nachos are really good
several
there.
places.
Chicken I like.
What's your favorite place to get nachos?
I mean, those might be one of my favorite places.
Yeah.
I can't think of any place that I just go and order nachos.
That's the only place I
necessarily.
can think of that I've seen individual like
I know.
segmented
Yes.
nachos.
I know I've had them somewhere else.
One of my favorites, actually two of them, La Braza has the Machu Picchu nachos. Really, really good because it's their rotisserie chicken that's been shredded on there, and it's just loaded. It is
Those
so
sound
good.
really good. I
And-
think that place is really underrated, actually. They
It is
have
so good.
salmon there that's amazing. Their mac and cheese also extremely
Yeah.
good. Jalapeno mac.
Oh, La Brasa?
Yeah.
Yeah, La
Yeah.
Brasa's amazing.
Yeah.
They're definitely
Yeah.
in my top
They might be
5
on the
list.
pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then the other place that has really good nachos is Revolucion, because you can taco your nacho.
Taco your nacho.
So you get
wow.
your nachos like you would get your taco. So you pick a taco, be like, I want my nachos to be like that. And it's everything on that is on your nachos, which is fantastic.
That's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. I like
Yeah.
that.
No compromise.
I did not know about that option.
There you go.
Next.
You're like, I don't have to choose? Great.
Yeah.
Right? I obviously have problems with that. So
All right, so let's do the kitchen sink questions now. And these are just fun questions that we ask every guest that come on the show. So
Not that the other ones weren't fun.
no, those were just different.
you'll just treat me like every other person you have. It's cool. I'm not hurt.
Do you enjoy cooking?
I do.
Yeah?
I like to cook. So I kind of cook things like lasagna.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
like that's like a labor of love kind of.
Yeah,
dish.
I like
love
that
making
kind.
that.
Do
Yeah.
you make your own lasagna noodles?
No.
It's like my thing. I ask everyone
know.
whenever someone mentions pasta, they're like, do you make
Do
your
you
own
make your own
noodles?
noodles?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't
I
yet.
wish.
Do you make your own
I
sauce?
did. Not normally because, it's already kind of intensive to make
It is.
lasagna.
Right.
So I normally go with most of the ingredients already ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I always put a little bit of provolone cheese. Like
Mm-hmm.
I shred it up a little bit in between that. And I think that's a little bit of a distinction from, I guess, normal, quote, normal lasagna. I
Because
don't
it's a
know.
lot of ricotta and mozzarella.
Yeah.
Right,
In a
right.
lasagna.
Yeah.
My mom always did that, so I don't know.
I do like to get. I'll shred mozzarella, but then I'll also buy the mozzarella slices. So then you can put
Individual.
the squares
Yeah.
on first, and then you sprinkle the shredded stuff in between where it doesn't hit. So literally
In
every
between.
inch
Wow.
is covered in cheese.
Oh my gosh.
I don't play around. Do
not play.
No,
Apparently not.
I do love making homemade lasagna.
yeah.
So yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
I also like to do, in the wintertime, I like to do soups.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like chicken tortilla is one of my
Oh,
favorites because you
yes.
get the cheese and the chips and stuff crushed up. So
I love a good tortilla soup.
yeah, or chili. And I feel like Oklahoma, everyone has their chili recipe.
Right.
And do you do beans or not? You know.
Right. Do you do beans?
I do beans in mine. And I actually do something really weird. Like I just try to like up the veggie content a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I've actually started putting like diced up celery in it. And
Nice.
it kind of gives it like some texture and crunch while you're...
Do you make a chicken chili or a beef chili?
I do beef chili. And then I normally like to do, as far as condiments, I like Frito chili pie.
Yeah.
Sort of style.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best.
That sounds good.
Nice. Yeah. What is the strangest thing that you've tried?
So this is an interesting question. So I actually went to Florence, and I'm probably going to completely butcher the name of this, but it's called lampredato. And what it is it's cow stomach.
Yeah.
And so they kind of cook it like you would a pot roast, like with herbs and some
Potatoes
like
and carrots.
tomato and onion. They don't put that, but like tomato and onion, and they like kind
Probably
of
some basil.
like and it's probably done in a crock pot sort of thing.
Right.
So I was just looking up places like what do they eat there, and that was something that came up. And so, then they do the meat and they put it on like bread, sort of kind of like Philly cheesesteak style, right? But with nothing else on it.
Okay.
So kind of a crusty bread. It wasn't my favorite thing, but again, I'll try anything.
Right.
And people are always like, really try crickets, and I'm like, maybe,
Yeah.
if they're made to eat,
Yeah. Not the ones that are hopping around outside.
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was interesting.
What was the texture like?
It was just, it was kind of fatty, and
I imagine it being chewy.
I was thinking kind of
chewy,
rubbery.
but it was very, very thin sliced.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what
think
I
that
meant
would
by like the
be-
Philly, it's like the thin.
I thought that would be easier to get down.
Yes. Yeah.
Then a
It
whole
was
stomach.
just
Yeah.
not
Your fave.
Not my
You want to
fave.
go back
Okay.
for seconds.
I want to go back and have it again.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I'm
But you
glad I
tried it.
tried it.
Yeah.
Because now I can answer questions like, what's your strangest thing you've ever
Right.
eaten?
In case this ever comes up again, you have an
obviously
answer.
it's in my resume.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Everyone always
Just in
asks
case,
you.
just in case.
Yep.
All right, next one. What is your favorite snack food?
So this is probably why I was so decisive on the nachos. Because
Okay.
really my favorite snack food is chips and queso.
Okay.
Okay.
My favorite queso really has to be Torchy's
Ooh.
with the chorizo
Yeah.
and like the green chili in it.
Yeah.
It's really delicious.
That sounds good.
I've had like
queso.
their regular queso that
yeah.
puts they put guac in there,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
so good. That
I
queso
think
is
that's
so
one
good.
I've had.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had.
with the
that one.
chorizo.
Yeah.
It's really good.
All
You'll have
right.
to try that one.
The green chilies. I, wonder
I
if
think
they'd
they
put
call
that in
it
the
like
other one.
hillbilly. I bet they would.
Yeah,
Just ask.
that's right. That's all you got to do.
I know.
That's all you got to do. What is your favorite food show or movie?
So I actually learned to cook, I think, a lot from watching Food Network shows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like after college, I was watching like Rachel Ray and all kinds
yeah.
of stuff. And I was like, wow, Mom, did you know you could do this? And my mom's like, yeah. I know you can do that. So
You can make noodles by putting the pot of water on the stove.
do you know you can boil eggs? Like, I don't know. But, I learned a few things here and there. But I think, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives is a really fun show.
it is.
Because I've actually even been to a few of the places, just researching when I'm traveling. There's this place in San Fran that I saw on that show called Swan Oyster Depot. And it is actually the freshest sushi I've ever had.
Yeah.
They only have like sashimi, and it's like the
Yeah.
super fresh, and it's like just counter service, and there's a line out there, and it's probably one of those places. It's kind of in a weird area that most of the people are local.
Right.
So I think that's a fun show.
Yeah,
it's
I like
not,
that one.
it is about community and people
Yeah.
and
people that have like been there and kind of like this is the local establishment.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And they're doing something just a little bit different. That's like a family secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I like
that
one.
show.
Yep.
So what country or region do you think has the most intriguing food scene?
So I've been to Italy, and I mean, what's there not to like about pizza and pasta and wine
and cheese?
Into that, yeah. So
I could live there.
I could live there. Yeah, I could. So, I mean, and they have great seafood too. I mean, so I think just their atmosphere, and they have a really relaxed way of life there that I can also get behind. Yes. Yeah, so that's probably my favorite.
I would concur with that.
I need to go to Italy.
Me too.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
Do it. I'll go.
Okay.
I'll show you around some
Let's
places.
do it.
I had this lobster pasta there that was just crazy.
Wow.
In Venice, because they have a lot of seafood, obviously, because they're...
That sounds really good.
All right, food adventure to Italy.
All right.
Done.
After my trip next week, y'all open?
Yeah. I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Okay. Possibly the toughest question yet.
I feel like it's going to be really tough for Dana.
What
I know.
is
I've thought about it a lot, though.
what is your favorite restaurant in Oklahoma City?
So I'm going to go off of what one of my favorite dishes, and they have this dish, and it's very rare in Oklahoma. So my favorite dish is called cioppino. So it's a seafood stew. It has like shrimp, crab, mussels, scallop. It kind of varies on what's in it.
I think I know where your place is.
So do you? And then it's a broth, right? A seafood sort of broth. And so barcicetti
Oh,
actually has a really great cioppino.
Nice.
And it also has, we talked about grilled bread. It has a really delicious grilled bread with it, so you can have that.
Sapapella.
Yes, all the juice. It's
I haven't
so
been
good.
there yet. I've heard great things.
It's really well done.
Yeah.
It's beautiful inside. So yeah, I have great things to say about it. So yeah, that's one of my favorite dishes. And it's funny because I actually went to a trip in Seattle, and I was only there 4 nights, and I decided that I was going to do this
Only 4 nights.
only 4 nights, but part of it was for work, and then I extended for a little bit of the weekend.
You got to do that.
Yes. And so I decided I was going to have cioppino every dinner, and I did. So I had cioppino 4 nights in a row
From
for
different
dinner.
places?
From different places, but it was really fun and
That's
interesting
funny.
to see different takes on
Yeah.
like what
Oh, yeah.
people thought, cioppino was to them, right?
Right.
And like some of them had pasta, and some of them were just more of a tomato broth. I mean, it was really interesting.
Interesting.
It was
That
fun.
is interesting.
Yeah. I'll tell you the place I thought you were going to say, because I feel like, I don't know if they call it this, but I feel like what you were describing was exactly what I've had is Cafe du Brazil.
Oh, I didn't know they had anything like that, but I'll have to go and try it.
It's seafood. It's got mussels in it, and it's brothy.
Right.
And they serve it in like a kind of like one of
a
the
pot,
stone
Yes.
pot.
Oh,
It's delicious.
okay. Well, that'll be my next
yeah, and
place
it's kind
to
of
try
spicy.
it.
It's kind of spicy.
Yeah.
Because the guy's
Yeah.
like, it's a little spicy, and I'm like, yeah, bring it.
Like, yes.
Yeah, it's so good.
Drake sometimes does a special, and they have cioppino. Actually, they did it
Nice.
a few nights ago, and I was like, man, I need to get there.
Yeah.
And it is good as well.
I haven't been to the Drake in a while.
I know. I haven't either.
I need to go.
I know.
I love paella, and
I
the
do
Drake
too.
has a
Yes.
good paella.
They have a very good paella.
Yeah. Nice.
It's my
I'll have to
favorite
try
thing
that.
there.
Yeah. When they first opened, they were serving the paella with like a lobster tail on top. They don't do
Yes.
that anymore.
They don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Like
Right.
the first time they had just opened and I went, I was like, hell to the yes. Like
Yes.
I get paella and I get a lobster tail on top.
Right.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't last long.
Yeah.
Now it's like
Yeah.
a little piece of fish on top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Their lobster roll is really good too.
I haven't had that.
It's good.
I haven't had that either.
Well, cool. I think that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much, Dana, for coming on.
Absolutely. I had a great time.
Yeah, and for all of you wanting to see some really delicious food, follow Dana on Instagram at Food Fun Wonderland.
Is that inspired by Alice in Wonderland?
Yes. So I was going to kind of tell
Oh,
like
yeah.
a little backstory. So
Well, you can tell us right now.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Sure, it is. So I tell people that it's kind of like I willingly go down the rabbit hole of like food and drinks, right? And so, and you know, Alice in Wonderland obviously has that you eat me, drink me, you know, the little
Yeah.
things. And so it is. It's kind of a fun take on you know, obviously food is very fun and
Yeah.
it is a whole world that around us that we can
I like
experience.
that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I
glad
like
I
that.
asked.
Yeah, I am too. So be sure to follow Dana on Food Fun Wonderland on Instagram. And you can follow us at OKC Foodcast on Instagram and Facebook. And if you'd like to send in some listener feedback, we'd love to hear from you. You can email us at okcfoodcast@gmail.com.
And if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button and share this podcast with a fellow food lover who will appreciate food as much as you do.
Yeah. Or who's looking for something new to try.
That's right. Yeah, because this is like full of ideas on what you can
Yeah.
try.
And Dana just gave us a lot more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our
You're
list
welcome.
is ever growing.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And please leave us a rating, tell us what you think, and write us a review. Those help, and they give us positive reinforcement. Positive motivation, because motivation is always positive.
Right. So thanks again, Dana. And until next time, friends, eat well and be happy. Bye.